Okay, first one. Even though I'm in executive search right now, and we're a retained search firm, which means I go after really passive-looking candidates. So not candidates that are coming to me going, I'm tired, get me out of here. So the first thing I will tell you is bloom where you're planted. Decide internally to stay where you are and intentionally leave a legacy. Just decide today, when you go back, if you're in your head, you've been thinking, I gotta get the heck out of here, out of Dodge, go back and think, I am intentionally gonna stay with this company until the next thing comes along, but intentionally stay to leave a legacy. And I'll give you a couple of stories here. One is, I had just very recently, this was just in the past month, I had a young gentleman that was interviewing for a position. It was for a director level position. He really did not have the experience to have a director level position. Probably manager level, but we really liked him. He had a great sense of leadership, knowledge. Matter of fact, he mirrored all the 5 things I'm going to talk about today. And he was just a young gentleman, had been out of college maybe a year and a half. So we needed references on him. And the references were very limited because he had one job right out of college. We couldn't call that company or his boss there. So we ended up calling his college coach. He was on the soccer team in college. So when we called the college coach, I have to tell you, it was one of the most memorable moments I've ever had. The coach said, I gotta tell you, this kid is amazing. The very first day when all the soccer players signed up or came to college that day, he came up to me and said, Coach, shook his hand, I want to be a leader for you. What do you need me to do to be a leader? And so that guy was committed. He was laying the foundation right there in that moment. So how often do you ask your boss, what can I do? When was the last time you volunteered for something that you really didn't want to do, but was there to help you do it? So bloom where you're planted. And remember, your job there is to leave a legacy. So what's the legacy you're really going to leave? I am sure Jason left a legacy. So I was traveling with my brother. We were on a train going up to New York. He was at the time a GM of a restaurant in DC. He knew he wanted to open his own restaurant, and he was struggling, but he knew he wanted to leave the legacy of the restaurant company he was working for as providing ultimate service, and providing great service and training his staff. So fast forward about 4 years later, he did open his own restaurant. He did have it. It was very successful. The service was amazing. But I'm on the train with him. We're going up to New York. And this kid was cruising through the train. And he's like, dude! And what's going on? He approaches my brother and goes, dude, Patrick, man, you're a legend. And Patrick was like, what's going on? It was a server that he had trained at this restaurant. He's like, you trained me how to serve? I'm now a lead server at a very high-end restaurant in DC. Patrick left the legacy. Dude, you're a legend. Where are you a legend? Where can they say you're a legend? And what was your legacy you left? So focus on where you are. Second is cast a wide net. One of the best things about Chart is that you can cast a wide net. Meet people, grow with people, join, get involved, you learn as you get involved. If it's not Chart, of course I would endorse that, change my life, but find something else. It's Toastmasters, if it's SHRM, ATV, don't do that. Do SHRM. But cast a wide net, learn from people, ask people questions. There's this great viral video out right now that Steve Jobs said. When he was 12 years old, he called Bill Hewitt. Has anyone seen this video? 12 years old. He said, I need a frequency board, Mr. Hewitt. Mr. Hewitt said, okay, come on over. He didn't know him. He got a frequency board. In addition to that, Steve Jobs got an internship at Hewlett-Packard, and the rest is history. Just because he reached out and asked for something. Someone that he didn't even know. So when was the last time you did that? Get involved, join, and be a leader. Cast a wide net. Anyone seen Hamilton? Yeah. Awesome show, amazing show. And you've probably all heard this if you even haven't been to the show, but there's a great song, and I'm not throwing away my shot. And Don't throw away your shot. When you do get in front of new potential employers, or if you're interviewing, or even in your own company that you're with right now, blooming where you planted, don't throw away your shot. I see this time and time again, unfortunately, as an HR person, and now even as a recruiter. People throw away their shot. They're not prepared. They don't know what they want. Like, are you relocateable? I don't know, I could be, I don't know. So know what you want. Know what you want the next position to be. Don't be too open. Make sure you have defined what you want. Make sure you look the part. Jolene mentioned it a little bit before. Look the part. I know in our casual world, you can cruise into an interview in a blazer and a casual pants. Don't do it. Don't take the bait. If it's a casual work environment, don't take the bait. Show up dressed. Show up in a suit, dress, whatever it is. Look good. You want people in that office to be going, wow, who's that? You don't want to be going, why are they in ripped jeans? Who's up in front of the lobby in ripped jeans? Show up. Be prepared to look good. And then know who you're talking to. Know about the company. Do research. Hit LinkedIn. Know who you're going to be interviewing with that day. It's so disappointing when I get feedback that says, they didn't even know who I was or what I was doing as on the company side. So know who you're talking to. Know about the company. Do your research. Go to Glassdoor. Read about it. Read about it. Research. They will be so impressed once you get there and you know more about the company than they might know sometimes, especially if you're on the internet and learning things. So don't throw away your shot. The interesting thing, the young man that I talked about, we got the reference from the coach. So we had two candidates for this position. As I said, it's a director position. He wasn't as qualified as another candidate. The other candidate came to the interview. She was very qualified. Our client was very excited to see her resume. Very, very excited. She got there, she blew her shot. She blew it. She wasn't dressed professionally. She didn't have good answers to questions. And she asked questions that were really mundane, too minor. Like, what's my work schedule? What holidays do I have off? Don't ask these questions. Start macros. Big questions, right? Where's the company going? How involved are you? Where do you see my role? Big questions. She blew her shot. Ironically, of course, we gave the job to the young man. The coach said, yes, he's here. He's a great guy. So don't blow your shot. The other thing is when you respond to questions, use reverse behavioral-based interview. Anyone do behavioral-based interview? Anyone know what STAR is? You're listening for the answer in a STAR format. What's the situation? What was their action? And what was their result? Use it reversed when you're interviewing, when you are being interviewed. When they ask you a question, what was the most challenging experience you had? Blah, blah, blah. Frame it in STAR. This was the situation, this is what I did, and this was the result. And you'll be blown away. Don't give them fluffy answers, frame it in STAR. The last thing is pay attention. Pay attention to everything around you. I made a mistake once, going to work for a company, and I should have paid attention. The CEO and the COO parked in the two handicap spots in front of the building every day. What does that say about the culture? Pay attention. How's the team interacting? Pay attention to what they're asking you. Have you delivered what they're asking you? But pay attention to everything around you. It's amazing what you learn. So you can make a really good decision. And last is look into the future. See yourself there. See yourself where you're currently working. As a kid, I grew up in Pittsburgh. It was cold, it was raining in the middle of February. It was horrible. Yeah. Winters were really hard. I mean, they were hard. And I was a summer kid. This was me. It's probably the last time I wore a bikini. Thank God. But I loved summer. I was a total summer kid. I couldn't wait to have summer. So in the middle of winter, my mother would take me up in the linen closet where we had beach towels. She'd open the door, and it smelled like summer. It just smelled like summer. She'd open the door and she'd pull out the bottle of copper towel, the big bottles. We still have them. And she'd open up the cab and she would say, hey, smell the copper time. Summer's almost here. And so it was literally, I could see the future. It was there. It was coming for me. I knew what I was going to await for in the spring, so then the day before the pool opened, the little community pool, I loved it. I stayed there every day. It was like the babysitter, probably for my mom. But I would sleep in my bathing suit the night before. So literally, the minute it was 8 o'clock, I jumped out of bed, I got on my bike, and I rode to the pool. So that's what you want to feel like when you're going to work for a new company, or how you should feel for the company you currently work for. Would you wear your bathing suit to bed? Are you that passionate about it? And would you be that motivated? And sometimes you do have to step back, pull back, look for the future, and you have to be patient. And that was the lesson in the winter. The last is kind of brings all this together. I had worked for a parking valet company, and we did scholarships to employees, and they could apply for their scholarship. And so we would have numerous employees apply, and they had to fill out an application. And this particular young man worked for us. He was a father of 5 children, worked for us part-time, and he was a Marine. And his application will stay with me for the rest of my life. And I'll just summarize it, because he did everything. He bloomed where he was planted. He was, he cast a white net. He was prepared, he took his shot. He smelled the copper tone, and he made an amazing thing happen. So I'll briefly share this with you. He was deployed in Iraq. He was blooming where he was planted. He was in these small towns. We conducted numerous patrols in the vicinity of those 3 cities. Our role was to engage the local population and gather intelligence about high-value targets. During one particular engagement, my squad was welcomed into an elder's house. So we set the foundation. This communication, and we sat and drank chai tea. Communication was often very difficult when we were speaking through an interpreter. Over the course of the few short hours, the man gave us quite a bit of information about a house on the north side of the Euphrates River that he believed was housing several bad men. We relayed this information, we took the shot, to the company intelligence cell who processed it. A week later, a raid was conducted on that house. It contained a very large cache of weapons, ammunition, electronics, and cell phones. 2 Iraqi contractors were rescued that had been kidnapped by the al-Assad, and the men were being beaten every day. They were tied up with cables and shot and shipped away. Where I'm going with this, you might ask. So, of course, as the Scholarship Review Committee, we're reading this and just on pins and needles. My response is accent, recte, factus, prima. The line that's on the board. Anyone ever take Latin? Yeah, my father made me take it for SATs. And it's Latin for rewards await the right actions. Rewards await the right actions. If we would have been rude or disrespectful to the elder, he would not have given us the information he needed, and the 2 contractors would have been killed. It's the rules of the harvest. You reap what you sow. You reap later than you sow. Thus the copper tone, smell it. And you will always reap more than you sow. So that brings all the five steps together. And in order for all of us to grow together as CHART, our individual companies and our individual people, we need to come together. Actions bring the right rewards. So I thank you for our time today. I appreciate it. Get hired. Don't get fired. Sometimes you need to think about getting rehired within your own organization. So, thank you very much.